I know.
Rock, nap, Tony, Napolitano,
Yeah, I think so.
Dan Nap.
Yeah, they don't, not easy down there.
We hope you're having a good time listening to some great music here on Game Time. Remember, fans, student athletes represent their teams, fellow students, teachers, and their school community. Athletes are expected to be individuals who will make a good impression for their schools. Another awesome game day tune is coming up here on Game Time.
More fantastic music just for you. We're your soundtrack for Lincoln High School.
Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Varsity Sports. It is the Lincoln Red Ribbons and Onalaska Hilltoppers testing levels here in Wisconsin Rapids. Yeah. Lincoln High School featuring for non-conference baseball here this afternoon. It is the visiting Onalaska Hilltoppers and the Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln Red Raiders. Again, good afternoon, everyone. Steve Banks here from the beautiful Wisconsin Rapids High School quadplex. We got baseball going on. We got track and field going on today. It's a beautiful day here in Wisconsin Rapids. Rain came through most of the morning and into early afternoon. Finally able to play some baseball here this afternoon in Wisconsin Rapids. Rapids coming off a loss yesterday in a marathon of a game, 14-13 in favor of Marshfield, a 3-hour and 11-minute ball game. It came down to a bases-loaded hit-by-pitch to finish that game last night, as Ethan Freeman, who hit the batter, Mitchell Shoddy, I believe, is the starting pitcher today for the Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln Red Raiders. Onalaska coming in at 6-2 on the year, 4-2 in the conference. Their two losses in conference, one of them kind of a surprise in the conference for the Hilltoppers. They split with, or they lost to Aquinas earlier this year. They're in the same conference as Lacrosse Central, a team that Rapids swept in that snow blizzard a couple of weeks ago. Onalaska coming in at 4-2 in the conference, Lacrosse Central at 6-4, and Aquinas at 9-0. But one of the conference losses for the Hilltoppers came to Sparta. Sparta with just one conference win on the year, and that came against the Hilltoppers back on April 26th.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to the Rapids Area Sports Complex on the campus of Lincoln High School for this afternoon's WIAA non-conference baseball game featuring the Onalaska Hilltoppers and our own Lincoln High School Red Raiders. The Wisconsin Valley Conference, the Mississippi Valley Conference, and all of its member schools welcome you and encourage good sportsmanship at all athletic events. Good sportsmanship is the responsibility of everyone in attendance at today's contest. Lincoln High School, Onalaska High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. Your cooperation is supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner is appreciated. Now, fans, it's time to meet the starting lineups for today's game. First for the Onalaska Hilltops. Leading off, the center fielder, number 7.
All right, and good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to this cloudy Friday afternoon to watch high school baseball between Onalaska and your Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders, presented by Rapids TV. I'm your host, Braden Lausdorff, and here are the starting lineups. Starting out with Onalaska. Leading off, the center fielder, number 7, Griffin Schultz. Batting second, the left fielder, number 32, Xavier Lawrence. Batting third, the shortstop, number 6, Caden Kozail. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 24, Caden Parenza. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 11, Sam Pika. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 2, Ben Stur. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 9, Brady Kuhn. And batting eighth, the first baseman, number 20, Brady Mitchell. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 17, Adam Skifton. Onalaska is coached by head coach Brock Nat and assisted by Tony DeGhetto and Dan Nat. And now the starting lineup for your Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. Leading off, the center fielder, number 3, Brennan Huber. Batting second, the second baseman, number 8, Brett Simonson. Batting third, the catcher, number 19, Cannon Plowman. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 21, Braden Lewis. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 11, Ethan Freeman. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 16, Trevor Martin. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 5, Jackson Laskowski. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 2, Caleb Ellis. And batting last, the left fielder, number 27, Marco Simonson. Rapids is coached by head coach Bob Galetta.
And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 27, Marco Simonson. The head coach for Lincoln High School is Bob Galetta. He's assisted by Dan O'Connell and Brian Wynn. The umpires for tonight's game are Art Folk and Drew Shaw. At this time, please rise.
And at this time, we will listen to the national anthem.
Those who are currently serving this great nation, home and abroad, the playing of our national anthem.
And coming back from the national anthem, the Rapids Raiders are still undefeated at home, looking to get another win at home at this quadplex in Wisconsin Rapids. And good luck to both teams, and we will see what Rapids and Onalaska has to bring us in this ball game.
This afternoon's broadcast is brought to you in part by Russick Redefine. They provide a boutique shopping experience with unique and affordable clothing and accessories to fit your individual style. Shop Russick Redefine on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Griffin Schultz will lead things off for the Hilltop.
And leading off for Onalaska, number 7, the center fielder, Griffin Schultz.
Leading off for the Hilltopper, center fielder number 7, Griffin Schultz.
coached by Brock Knatt in his third official season. He came in during his first year, would have been, talking to Coach Galita before, it would have been the COVID year. So, out of Duluth, Minnesota.
And Freeman's opening pitch
Offering from
is a
Freeman.
ball.
Misses for a ball. First pitch is at 4:36 this afternoon here in Wisconsin Rapids. Wisconsin Rapids looking for win number 15 on the year.
And that one will hit inside for strike one.
They're 15 and 10 a year ago. They still got conference doubleheader, or they still got conference matchups against DC Everest and Spash. And also West, I believe.
And Freeman's third pitch is wild outside for ball number 2. 2-1 count.
Good crowd on hand.
Little chilly here at the Quadplex in Wisconsin Rapids. Cloudy.
Track and field going on. 2-1.
And that one is fouled back for strike 2. 2-2 count now.
It's on deck for the Hilltoppers. Griffin Schultz, the center fielder for Onalaska. We got a huge conference game on Monday. Talked to Coach Nat about that. If Onalaska wins, that one bounces in there.
And that pitch from Freeman bounces out for
They will take
ball
on
3.
For the first time
Now a full count.
For the first time this year, they'll take on Aquinas. They play them on Monday and Thursday. It was across Logan sandwiched in there on Wednesday. A payoff pitch coming from Ethan Freeman.
And that pitch is hit into the right foul territory side. Griffin will stay in this game.
2 runs in the first inning last night, 8 runs in the second inning. Defensive alignment here in just a moment for Wisconsin Rapids. 3 balls and 2 strikes coming home from Ethan Freeman. And lost him.
And Freeman will walk Griffin to first. And up next for Onalaska, the left fielder, number 32, Xavier Lawrence.
Wisconsin, Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook. Get started today. Runner at first and nobody out for Xavier Lawrence.
And first pitch is hit into left field, and it's going to be foul for strike 1.
Good contingency from Onalaska making the
Marco's chasing that foul ball, unable to get under it and catch it.
track and field matchup or contest going on. Right here at Wisconsin Rapids. Cloudy. Can't complain about it. There's a number of schools that are participating here.
And Freeman throws to first for a pickoff attempt, not in time for the out. Freeman steps back onto plate. And another one. Same result.
First for Griffin Schultz. All for tuning in this afternoon. Good lead over there, taking another half step is Griffin Schultz, the 0-1.
And that is going to slip away from Plowman, the catcher, and allowing Griffin to advance to second. 1-1 count.
Second. Nobody out for Onalaska. Trying to give you some score updates. They are not live. I think that first pitch is at 5 o'clock tonight in Neilsville.
And that pitch is bunt towards short infield, and the throw to first. And third will get him. Caleb Ellis will get the out at third. What a throw from Braden Lewis. But unfortunately, Lawrence will be safe at first. And next up to bat, number 6, Caden Kosale, the shortstop. 1 out now in this half.
And what a turn of events that was early on here. misses. Katie Kokeisel.
First pitch was a ball. One runner on base.
Scully and Fort Edwards. Softball.
And that'll be strike one. 1-1 count with one out.
Zeno waiting on deck, the pitcher for the Hilltoppers this afternoon. Second team out of the Mississippi Valley.
Another pickoff attempt for Freeman.
Lincoln has faced. No, they beat Toma. They're only road wins of the year. This is high for a ball.
And that pitch from Freeman is high for ball 2.
To Wisconsin Rapids. Balls in a strike.
And now a 2-2 count with that strike.
Placement there for Ethan Freeman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Popped up.
And that pitch right down the middle. Fouled backwards.
The Rapids swept Lacrosse Central on April 22nd. And they swept Toma. Now looking to get another one here. Scheduled to play at Sparta today. Fell through at DC Emerson on Tuesday. We'll have that for you.
2-2 count, and that's going to be hit into left center field. And it's going to slip right past Huber, and Lawrence will score for Onalaska. And Kosail will advance to second. A double for Kosail. And next up to bat, number 24, Caden Perzena, the pitcher. Pitcher-on-pitcher matchup.
Ellis was going to cover second base, and Hayden Kokeisel put it right where he was. Not much you can do about that, but then the error in center field allowing Xavier Lawrence to score. Runner at second, and one out here for Onalaska with a run across. High and away for a ball.
And first pitch is a ball.
Second and one away. Freeman comes set. Wheels and deals home.
And that's a swing and a miss for strike one. 1-1 count.
Rapids at Everest on Tuesday. We'll have that game. We'll also have the softball game. Handful of non-conference games remaining. 1-1. Missed outside.
Man, that's going to be missed outside. 2-1 count.
Similar strike that gave the Kokeisel.
Freeman coming close on his 20th pitch here.
2-1 coming back.
And that's going to be a little bit high for ball 3.
3 balls and a strike. The remaining schedule here for Wisconsin Rapids in just a second. The 3-1.
And another swing and a miss. Full count. 3-2-1 on the board. 1 out.
Be at Everest on Tuesday, host Everest on Thursday. Schedule right now to host Claire North.
And that's going to be hit to shortstop. Will it make it in time? And it will make it in time for the second out. Great throw by Ellis to first to get that second out. And now up to bat for Onalaska, number 11, Sam Pica, the designated hitter. Lefty-righty matchup.
Runner at second and 2 outs.
One runner on base at second. And that's going to be low for ball one.
Everest on Tuesday and
2 outs in the
Thursday
first
next
half of the
week.
first
Third
inning.
on Saturday.
1
North's
ball.
had a tough season. Got swept by Oak Cliff.
Onalaska leads 1-0 from that run previously. And that one will be high for ball 2. First it was low and then it was high. This one will be dead center.
Host West on the 23rd and end the year at West on the 25th.
And that's going to be a hit straight back for strike number 1.
All right, second and 2 outs. 1-0 Onalaska on the base hit by Caden Kokeisel and then the error by Brennan Huber. The 2-1. 3-1.
And that's going to be high now for 3-1.
Ben Stewart waiting on deck.
26 pitches in this half for Ethan Freeman.
That's a pitch waiting for Ethan Freeman already. There were a lot of pitches last night. There's one.
And that's going to be the second strike for a full count.
Give me that total of pitches last night.
Freeman 1 strike away from ending this half.
In the bottom of the first. Total number of pitches is a lot. The payoff coming back.
And it's going to be strike 3 for a strikeout for Ethan Freeman. 1, 2, 3 outs. 1 run for Onalaska on 1 hit and 1 error for Rapids in the outfield. And that'll end the first half of the first inning. Huber's starting things off for Rapids, and Simonson on deck.
Going back to the game last night.
Leading off for the Red Raiders, center fielder, number 3, Brennan Huber.
Marshall threw a 180 pitches last night as a team. Wisconsin Rapids threw 164. So a 3-hour and 11-minute game saw 344 pitches thrown last night. Marshall had 21 hits en route to that conference win.
And the first pitch is a ball.
Ball outside is 1-0. Berzina on the mound for Onalaska. Works quickly in their road.
And the second pitch is hit straight up high towards first base, and it's going to be caught in foul territory for the first out. And now up to bat, number 8, the second baseman, Brett Simonson.
Second baseman, number 8, Brett Simonson.
Brett Simonson, second baseman.
And the first pitch is going to be hit fair towards left field. And Simonson will make it to second. A double for Simonson. That ball was hit into deep left field and drops fair for him. And now up to bat for Rapids, number 19, Cannon Plowman, the catcher. Rapids in scoring position already on the first hit by Brett Simonson. Yeah, the first pitch to Plowman is a ball.
A handful of games postponed today or canceled because of rain in the northern part of the state. It just kept on happening. Looked at 3 o'clock and Bedford was in the green. That's going to be lifted.
And that's going to be hit into mid left center field, and it is going to be caught. And Simonson halts at second. 2 outs now. And now up to bat, number 21, Braden Biscuit Lewis, the first baseman. Two outs and a runner in scoring position for Lewis. Let's see what he can cook up here.
Get somebody over here for that game, that doubleheader. Also got a big tournament over at Robinson Park.
And the first pitch to Lewis is a strike. Right down the middle.
See if we can get somebody over here for that doubleheader. Sure we could. The 0-1. Go down to second.
And
Back in time. Scoots away.
Simonson recovers back to second in time for that throw from the catcher.
Second and 2 outs for Wisconsin Rapids. Simonson leads from second. 1-1 to Braden Lewis. Is a spinner.
And another ball. 2-1 now for Lewis.
Brewers got swept by the Colorado Rockies to start this week. They're in San Francisco.
Yeah, and 3-1 now for Lewis. 1 ball away from walking to first. A little bit of breathing room for Lewis.
9:15 first pitch out on the West Coast. 6:15 tomorrow and 3:05 on Sunday.
And that's going to be hit past the pitcher and right down center field. Simonson is racing back home and makes it. Simonson scores the first run for Rapids. A little bit of sneaky speed there by Simonson from second to home. RBI for Lewis, and Lewis is safe at first. What an amazing play there by Lewis to tie up the game at 1 apiece. And the first pitch is a ball to Ethan Freeman, number 11, the pitcher. And that's going to be inside for strike 1. 1-1 count, 1 runner on base at first, Lewis, and 2 outs.
Rapids trying to match their win total from last year.
And 2 strikes in a row. 1-2 count for Freeman.
Baseball got canceled today up in Athens. See a couple of the Assumption kids, Assumption boys, baseball players hanging out here watching the Red Raiders. The 1-2 to
And the pitch to Freeman is going to be bounced away. Freeman another chance at bat.
Martin has to retrieve the ball. Boone went to get
Lewis still at
in
first.
front of our
2 outs.
microphone down there. Rosina setting on the 1-2. Kicks and fires.
And that's going to be hit into the first base side of the infield, and that'll be out number 3 to end the first inning of play. 1-1 apiece for both teams, and we'll be back with the second inning. And leading off for Onalaska in the second inning, number 2, the right fielder, Ben Sturr.
2-0 Columbus Catholic.
Top of the second for the Hilltoppers, right fielder number 2, Ben Sturr.
That game was originally scheduled to start at 5 o'clock. Columbus Catholic trying to notch a big conference win. Freeman, Ben Sturr.
And the first will be a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Visitor half of the second inning. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, and Scott Krug Realty.
And Freeman cocks back his 30th pitch, which will be hit straight back for strike 2.
Runs, no balls, 2 strikes. Brady Kuhn makes his way to retrieve it. Player looks at it, make sure it's not all scuffed up too much. No balls and 2 strikes, Ethan Freeman.
0-2 count for Sturr. And 0-3 count now. Strikeout for Ethan Freeman. 1 up, 1 down. And next up to bat is number 9, the catcher, Brady Kuhn.
It is the 5th of May, and Zaleski Sports has already been able to crown a baseball conference champion. That's Abby Colby out of the Merriwood North. Winning the conference this year. They've got 1 conference game left. They're up by
And Freeman's pitch will be low for ball 1.
Congratulations to Abby Colby, undefeated right now in the Merriwood North. They've got 1 more game against Shawamigan in conference. They have a handful of non-conference games remaining. The 1-0.
And that was close to hitting.
The Onalaska catcher.
The batter, 2-0 count now.
Pinstripe hands. Clean look for the Hilltoppers.
And Kuhn will hit that foul towards the left.
2-1.
2-1 count.
Got a whole slate of games for you tomorrow. A large schedule. See that schedule here in a moment. The Grassline Dairy weekly schedule. 2-1 back from Freeman. 3-1.
And
Starting the day
3-1
off,
count now with that ball.
Wausau West is
1
out
out.
there north for a
35
baseball
pitches for
doubleheader.
Freeman.
DC Everest is hosting a triangular in baseball. First game is against Coleman at 10 a.m.
And that's going to be hit hard over towards second. Simonson, he gets past Simonson there at second. And Kuhn will be able to make it to first.
How about the first baseman, number 20, Brody Mitchell?
Next up to bat, number 20, Brody Mitchell.
First baseman for Onalaska. The Wasawats at Eau Claire North baseball doubleheader. DC Everest is hosting Holman at 10 a.m. Wolpaca is in Marinette. We'll talk about the reason for that here in a moment. Rhinelander is at Mosinee for a baseball doubleheader.
And first pitch is a strike.
Superior at 12:30. That's part of that DC Everest triangular. And then DC Everest hosting Superior at 3 p.m. All those games can be found live and free on Zaleski Sports. And Plowman first, now they got him in a pickle. Lewis.
It got away from Plowman, but Simonson is able to make the throw in time. It bobbles out of his hand for a second, but he makes it in time for the second out of this half inning.
That's going to go 2-3.
And now that's going to be 2 outs.
4-3 on the tag. And there's 2 away. Not a good read there by Kuhn after the good block behind his plate by Cannon Plowman.
And now a 2-1 count.
Plowman threw it down to Lewis. Lewis to Simonson, and Simonson back to Lewis for the tag. And there's 2 away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brody Mitchell.
And that's going to be popped straight up. And it looks like it'll be behind the field. 2-2 count now for Mitchell.
Fort Edwards. 1-0 to Shelley. They're in the top of the 3rd inning. That's softball. Shelley trying to claim a conference championship in the Central Wisconsin South. Likely next week at Allman Bancroft. The 2-2.
And now a full count for Mitchell. 2 outs, full.
3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away here at the top of the 2nd inning. Kicks and fires is Freeman.
And it's going to be hit fouled. Lewis hustles over to get the foul ball.
43rd pitch incoming already for Ethan Freeman. Look at how many he had last night in the
On
league.
deck,
He
if
only
needed,
threw 1 last night.
for Onalaska, number 17, Adam Skipton.
The 3-2 coming back.
And this time it'll be hit
Right field side,
straight
home
towards
run
Simonson, and it'll drop right into his glove for out number 3. No errors for Simonson on that one.
Nothing prevails.
And no runs and no hits, 1 error in this half. And we will see how Rapids responds at bat in the second half of the second.
Leading off the bottom of the 2nd for the Red Raiders, the designated hitter, number 16, Trevor Martin.
Second inning. Martin, and Ellis.
Leading off for Rapids in the 2nd inning, number 16, Trevor Martin. the designated hitter.
For second inning work, only 15 tosses. Now it's gonna be hit
And first pitch is going to be hit towards short, and it'll make it in time for the first out.
at first.
And next up to bat, number 5, Jackson Laskowski, the right fielder.
Jackson Laskowski.
And for Wisconsin Rapids, right fielder number 5, Jackson Laskowski.
The second inning, 8-run second inning for Marshfield last night. Laskowski had an overthrow at first, and the gates opened up after that. First offering.
And first pitch to Laskowski will be dead center for strike 1.
Caleb Ellis awaits on deck. Long look, the 0-1. Kicks and fires home. Outside, another perfect pitch.
And on the outside box for strike 2.
Your go-to for car and boat services, including window tinting, remote start, and accessorizing. That's Mobile Link on 8th
0-2 count for Laskowski. 1 out.
Go-to coming back.
And this time it's going to be hit into the infield, and the third baseman will throw it to first and get the second out.
There's 2 away for Caleb Ellis.
Great power on that throw from the third baseman to first to get that out. And next up to bat, number 2, Caleb Ellis.
A moonshot to right field.
Rapids potentially last chance to get on base.
No doubter. Shotty, who won the game, just kept on backing up. They got to the fence and no bueno.
And strike 1 for the first pitch to Caleb Ellis.
Simonson waiting on deck. Score update from Neilsville, 2-0 Columbus Catholic. He hit foul.
And now a 0-2 count from that foul hit.
Spoilers over in Port Edwards as well. Shelley and Port Edwards softball. Caleb Ellis behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Virginia wheels and deals. Low in the dirt.
And that pitch will hit the catcher.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He will pause for a second before recovering.
Waiting on deck.
1-2 count now for Ellis. Simonson on deck for Rapids.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Ellis
And that's going to be hit
slides this one to center
into
field.
deep
Schultz
center
in
field,
line.
and
Schultz
Schultz
catch.
will be under to make the catch for out number 3, and that'll end the second inning.
Still tied at 1. You're watching
And
high school
tied at
baseball.
1 apiece, and we'll be back with the third inning.
Top of the third inning here for Onalaska. Tied 1-2 for the Hilltoppers.
Starting off the third for Onalaska, number 17,
Game brought to you in part by Zach Sedgwick.
Adam Skifton, the third baseman.
Residential and commercial computer repair, custom built desktops, offsite
Freeman still on the mound for Rapids at 43 pitches.
Wisconsin Rapids. Skifton. Leadoff hitter. Here in the third, the number 9 hitter in the lineup.
And the first pitch to Skifton is a ball outside.
For a ball, it's 1-0. And as mentioned earlier, Onalaska, big conference game on Monday coming up against Aquinas.
And the second is a strike. Now a 1-1 count.
For 20 yesterday, no rest needed at that pitch count number. One ball and one strike.
And that's going to hit the
Pitch, and it's 1 ball and
high
1 strike.
inside
Right above the belt.
corner
Perfect location.
for strike number 2.
We'll get you an update from the Lincoln softball girls as well. Their game was originally scheduled for 4:30. I think they moved it up to 5.
And that's
Right underneath the hand.
almost hit Skifton on the shoulder, or on the elbow there, sorry, for ball 2. And that's going to be, wow, hit straight towards Tokarski there. Straight into his glove for out number 1. What a catch by Josh Tokarski. And back to the top of the order with number 7, Griffin Schultz, the center fielder.
Schultz walked and was out in the base paths in the first inning. First offering misses a low and out.
The first is low for ball 1. But the second is hit straight up into left field, and Simonson under it, grabs it for out 2.
There's 2 away now for Xavier Lawrence. Singled and scored on the
And Onalaska's potentially last attempt to get on base with number 32, the left fielder, Xavier Lawrence.
softball hosting Oshkosh.
And first attempt is a strike. 0-1 count, 2 outs at the top of the third.
On Monday. 0-1.
And 2 in a row for Freeman. 0-2 count, 2 outs. 1 strike away from ending this half.
No balls and 2 strikes. Line
And
foul play.
Lawrence had another attempt at bat.
No balls, 2 strikes to Xavier Lawrence. And fouled it into the mitts. And the third
And
strike.
fouled right into the glove of Cannon Plowman for out number 3.
The third inning. No runs, no hits.
1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 down for Rapids, and we'll see how they respond in the bottom of the third. Leading off the Red Raiders, number 27, Marco Simonson.
Simonson, number 9 hitter, 1, 2, and 3, 2 up.
And the first is a strike.
Rain possible tonight in Wisconsin Rapids, overnight. Starting at about 10 o'clock or so.
And the second attempt will be hit towards right field, and it'll be caught for out number 1. And at the top of the batting order, back again, number 3, Brendan Huber.
10:30 or so. That's when it looks like on our radar. And games tomorrow might be in question for some of our area teams, especially that triangular up in Schofield at DC Everest. We'll see. Chance of rain just about every day next week.
And a wild first pitch to Huber for ball 1.
But it's supposed to be getting into the 70s next week. 72 on Sunday with late night thunderstorms.
And 2 balls in a row.
70 on Monday with a chance of rain. 72 on Tuesday with a chance of rain. Thursday a chance. Saturday a chance. Not high chances, but nonetheless, they're above 0%.
And 3 in a row now for Huber. Huge breathing room. And make that 3-1 now for Huber with that outside strike.
Neilsville 6-0 Columbus. 3-1.
And this one is going to be hit fair towards third. And will it make it in time? It will for the out. 2 outs now. And next up to bat, number 8, Brett Simonson, the second baseman. Potentially Rapids' last hope of getting on base or a hit, either one.
Simonson doubled his first time at bat. He was yesterday out of the NBA.
And first pitch is a strike.
Fired by the Milwaukee Bucks. Years after winning a NBA championship, but it's fair to swell in the playoffs this year. Simonson
And 2 strikes in a row now for Simonson. 1 strike away from ending the inning.
Walls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 33 of the outing here for Perzina.
And it's going to be hit to save Simonson for another pitch.
We got track and field going on behind us. Balls and 2 strikes.
And Simonson saved yet again for another pitch, as that's the first ball for Simonson.
They're in commercial right now in Fort Edwards. 4-0 Pacelli. Little softball. The 1-2 back to Brett.
And it's going to be hit towards deep left field, past the gate. Simonson up to bat for another one.
Rapids able to host all these great events. Without any interruptions of any sorts. 1-2 to Brett Simonson, misses outside.
And 2 balls now and 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Score savings on soil, seed, mulch, and fertilizer as you get ready to bring your yard back to life. And everything you need in one stop, get it all at Fleet Farm. The Deuces pitch here in the bottom of the 3rd. Simonson
And hit yet again in foul territory, this time on the right side, last time the left. Simonson staying alive for as long as possible.
Simonson doubled and scored in the 1st.
And now a full count for Simonson with 2 outs.
Standing at bat here
Simonson not quitting.
for Brett Simonson. Three and two. Simonson
And hit
foul
yet again.
over there.
Fouled away.
See our fall and winter producer, Olivia Zimmerman, hanging out.
And we'll see how Simonson fares with this pitch.
From Lincoln. 3-2.
And it's going to hit him.
What an
So
outstanding
Simonson will
at-bat
walk
that
to
was
first.
For Brett Simonson.
A long and deserving at bat for Simonson led to a walk. And Plowman grabs Simonson's bat, throws it away, and now walks up to the batting box.
Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has the personal touch to put you at ease. 3 big, small rates. With our friends at Key Savings Bank. Simonson leads from first, a little bit breezy. Wind picks up just a tad. Pitch 41 from Berzina. Missed outside for a ball.
And
Left,
way
left
outside for
first
ball
time.
1.
That was back in the first inning. Two games for Rapids next week at Everest on Tuesday, home against Everest on Thursday. Those games you can find on Onalaska.
And the throw to first is incomplete. Safe.
Rapids softball in a big game at DC Everest on Tuesday. First pitch at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. That game will also be on Zaleski Sports. The 1-0 to Plowman, fouled at the plate.
Plowman with the 1-1 count now.
Ball and 1 strike to Cannon. Braden Lewis waiting on deck. Mutual of Wausau Insurance is protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualwausau.com to find an agent near you. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cannon Plowman. There goes Simonson.
And Simonson,
Lifts this one up and out of play.
running to second, has to turn back around because Plowman hit that ball,
Bit more cloud
fouled
cover
away.
here and a little darker here in Wisconsin Rapids. Start of the afternoon with all day. It's been raining pretty
Wind
much all
slowly
day
picking
in
up here in
Wisconsin
Wisconsin Rapids, as you can see at that background
Rapids. 1-2 coming back.
fence area with the cloth.
It up at 2-2. Another deuces wild here in the third inning. Virginia
2-2
was
count for
cruising
Plowman.
through this inning. Had Simonson fly out to start the inning on 2 pitches. Hubert grounded out on 5 pitches. Simonson with a long at bat, and now Plowman with a long at bat. 2-2 to Cannon. They lined it around
And this
center
one is
field.
going to be
That's
hit
trouble.
into right center
Over,
field.
sliding and making the catch.
And
His
the right
scorer
fielder
right field.
slides and makes the catch for the 3rd out for Onalaska, ending the first half for the 3rd inning, ending the 3rd inning, excuse me. And still 1-1 score with 1 hit for Onalaska, 2 hits for Rapids, 2 errors for Rapids, and none for Onalaska. Leading off for Onalaska, number 6, Caden Kokeisel, the shortstop. The pitch to Kokeisel is hit into mid-left, and it's going to be caught by Marco Simonson in left field for out number 1. And second up to bat for Onalaska, number 24, Caden Parenza, the pitcher. Pitcher versus pitcher yet again for the second time.
For Onalaska, nobody on, one away. A break and then a beauty.
And that's going to be strike number 1 for Freeman to Parenza. And that's going to be hit towards third base, and Tokarski will hesitate before grabbing the ball and throwing it to Freeman. Parenza will make it safely to first, and now up to bat, number 11, Pika, the designated hitter.
They're going to have a courtesy runner, it looks like, for Perzina.
And Perzina will be swapped with number 99. Pinch runner at first for Onalaska.
Don't see that very often at number 99. That's what we got. Sam Pika struck out looking to end the
Fresh count for Pika. And it drills that into deep right field. And Laskowski stands under and brings it in for out number 1, out number 2 for Rapids.
There's 2 outs.
Now batting right fielder number 2, Ben Sturr.
And now up for Onalaska, Ben Sturr, number 2.
Last half inning.
1 runner on base for Sturr at first. Fresh count.
Sturr struck out swinging the first time.
And that's going to get drilled straight back for strike 1.
Cloudy, overcast day, but it's not cold. It's not precipitating. The 0-1. Just missed it.
1-1 count with that ball.
Right. As the weather warms up, look to Rapids Shimel Heating and Cooling here in Wisconsin Rapids. They've got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapids Shimel Heating and Cooling today. Pick off over first, just back in time with Janikowski. Janikowski, the courtesy runner for the pitcher Perzina. Base hit off of Josh Tokarski's forearm. The 1-1.
And that pitch will be high. 2-1 count with that ball.
Running can be hard on your body, whether you're training for marathons, competitive runs, or just for daily exercise. Turn to Roberts Physical. Keep moving and enjoy life on the run. Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. The 2-1.
And that's going to be drilled into center field, and Huber will be under it. As Simonson will catch it, though, and that'll end the first half of the 4th. Still no runs, and tied up 1 apiece for Onalaska and Rapids, and we'll be continuing in the bottom of the 4th.
Leading off for the Red Raiders, first baseman, number 21, Braden Lewis.
And leading off for Rapids in the 4th inning, number 21, Braden Lewis, first baseman. And the first pitch will be a ball.
Braden Lewis to lead things off here for Wisconsin Rapids in the home half of the 4th inning. Lewis, an RBI single back up the middle in the first. And it's 2-0.
And that'll be bounced off the ground for ball number 2.
Nobody on, nobody out. Home half of the 4th inning.
That pitch is going to be fouled away past first on the right side of the field.
Clouds, rain clouds.
2 balls, 1 strike for Lewis.
Approaching the field in Neilsville. Waiting for the ball to be retrieved. And the 2-1 back to Braden Lewis.
And Lewis will hit that into left field, and it'll be caught by the left fielder for out number 1.
Able to reach up and make the catch for the first out.
And next up to bat, the pitcher, number 11, Ethan Freeman. Another pitcher on pitcher counter.
And the first inning for Wisconsin Rapids. Nobody on, 1 away. He hits foul off the end of the bat.
And the first pitch will be hit fouled away.
Waiting on deck. Coming home. Outside corner, good for a strike.
And 0-2 now for Freeman.
The 0-2 coming home. He hits.
And that's going to be hit towards right center field. And that'll be a base hit for Freeman. And now up to bat, the designated hitter, number 16, Trevor Martin. T. Mart. And a pinch runner for Jackson Laskowski, or excuse me, Ethan Freeman will be Jordan Stelagowski.
Run score last night, the top of the 7th inning for Wisconsin Rapids. And leading on the mound for Onalaska here.
A mound meeting with the infield and the coach with the pitcher of Onalaska.
Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen within just 1 week. Countertops, backsplashes, flooring, cabinets, and everything else you find in your kitchen. Stone Innovations takes care of it all for you for fabrication, design, and installation. For your next kitchen or bathroom, look to Stone Innovations in Clover. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Kerry Van Ert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more for both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield. Find Kerry Van Ert, State Farm on Facebook. Get started today. One on, 1 out. We play the bottom of the 4th with Trevor Martin at the plate. Grounded out to Kokeisel in the 2nd inning. Stelagowski over at first with 1 out.
Stelagowski at first. And that'll be a strike to Martin.
Runner at first and 1 out here in the Rapids 4th inning.
And Stelagowski runs to second, and it will drop out of the hands of the shortstop. Stelagowski will be safe. A successful stolen base, and the catcher will have a word with his pitcher, and an 0-2 count to T. Mart.
Stelagowski stands at second with 1 out.
Stelagowski in scoring position for Rapids.
Earlier in the year, Trevor Martin was known as the ground rule double king here for Wisconsin Rapids. He can come up with a big one here. The 0-2 misses high and away. It's 1-2.
And that's going to be
Jackson
way left
Laskowski
for
waits
ball
on deck
1.
For Wisconsin Rapids. Tied at 1. We play the bottom of the 4th. Outside.
And another ball to Martin. 2-2 count with 1 out.
Runner at second and 1 out. 2-2, 3-2.
And another ball, which makes it a full count with 1 out for Trevor Martin.
Back is Trevor Martin. Balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Versina comes out with 3-2.
And this one is going to be popped up straight
Third base
in the air, and it's going to be caught by the third baseman. 2 outs now. Stelagowski still at second, and now number 5, Jackson Laskowski up for Rapids.
Second inning. Runner at second and 2 outs. Versina comes set. Long look at Stelagowski at second. Fouled it into the mid.
And that's going to be fouled into the mid, but it doesn't matter for strike 1.
Rapids tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. On that second. Missed outside, that gets away.
And a wild pitch causes Stelagowski to steal to third, and he will halt at third.
Even at 1-1, that's one that Boone want back.
Laskowski with a 1-1 count and 2 outs.
Feet from home plate. Jackson Laskowski at the dish for Wisconsin Rapids. The 1-1 coming back.
Parenza with, and Laskowski hits it towards shortstop, and the throw will be in time to first for the 3rd out. So no runs for Rapids. That ends the 4th inning, and we will be back with the 5th in a little bit.
Wisconsin Rapids. We play the top of the 5th inning. It'll be 7-8-9 go for Onalaska. Pretty cool to really
And starting out the 5th inning for Onalaska, number 9, Brady Kuhn.
first and second. The first offering from Ethan.
And the first offering is a strike.
Ethan had 63 pitches. Kind of evened up now for him and Caden Perzina. The 0-1 coming back.
And that's going to be fouled away for strike 2.
No balls and 2 strikes. Cannon. For making sure that Cannon's all right. He took one and took a cleat to the knee or the shin yesterday. Play in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 0-2 now. Kuhn. Way to back on it.
And another fouled hit.
Brady Kuhn.
0-2 count for Kuhn.
Nobody out here in the Rapids, or excuse me, in the Onalaska 5th inning. Outside, just missed.
And now a 1-2 count for Kuhn.
For the best in recreational and hunting properties in Wisconsin, call Brian Root with Whitetail Properties to share your goals, and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. 715-213-4468, 715-213-44.
Kuhn stays alive with another ball. 2-2 count.
Able to hold off there was Brady Kuhn as we play in the top of the 5th. 2-2 coming home. Spikes it.
And it's going to be hit off the ground for a full count now to Kuhn. Freeman started out with 2 strikes to Kuhn, 1 foul and 1 strike, and it's going to be to Tokarski, and it's going to be dropped out of Lewis's glove from the throw to Tokarski. Would have been in time for the first out, but Kuhn makes it safely to first. And now up to bat for Onalaska, number 20, Brody Mitchell, first baseman.
Number 20, Brody Mitchell.
Brody Mitchell now for Onalaska with 1 on and nobody out.
And Mitchell is going to bunt, and Freeman bobbles it, and it's going to be an out at first from the throw to Freeman after it bobbles out of his hands for a couple seconds. And that'll get the first out for Rapids. And next up to bat for Onalaska, number 17, Adam Skifton.
Top of the order, 2 up next for Onalaska. First offering to Skifton is popped up. First base side, foul territory. Over on it is Lewis.
And Lewis catches the foul ball that was hit straight up towards the first base side for out number 2. And next up to bat, Griffin Schultz, number 7 for Onalaska. Amazing vision by Lewis to grab that out for the second out. And Freeman throws a ball for the first offering. And that's going to be a strike for Freeman's second throw.
Runner at second and 2 outs for Onalaska. We play in the top of the 5th.
And Freeman's third throw will be a strike for strike 2. 1-2 count with 2 outs.
Count runs 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 from Ethan Freeman. Pitch number 75 on the night for Ethan.
And that's going to be hit towards Braden Lewis, who dives to catch that hit. Wow. What an amazing effort by Braden Lewis. Diving action to get that third out. And that ends the top of the fifth. And we will see how Rapids comes back batting-wise versus Onalaska in the bottom of the fifth. And leading off the bottom of the fifth for Rapids, number 2, the shortstop, Caleb Ellis.
Home run last night in Marshfield. First offering from Perzina misses.
And the first pitch is a ball. Two 2-0 count now for Ellis.
Running on the internet these days, choosing a provider you can rely on has become more important than ever. As a local company, Solaris sees their customers as neighbors and not just numbers. You can trust their fiber delivers the fastest, most reliable, and most advanced internet experience.
And the first strike to Ellis, 2-1 count.
Looks at a strike. The ball's 1 strike to Caleb Ellis.
And that's going to be outside for a 3-1 count now.
Simonson waiting on deck. Pitch number 66 incoming for Caden Perzina.
And Ellis thought that was a ball.
Ellis was ready to toss his bat down.
Not happy with that call. Strike 2.
Payoff coming back.
And the full count.
Foul.
Halt at that foul ball.
Onalaska dugout.
Caleb will have another chance at bat.
The 3-2 coming back.
And another foul ball the same way.
Quickly.
Perzina's 69th pitch will be outside for ball 4, and Caleb will walk to first.
At-bats have been pretty good here.
And now number 27, Marco Simonson, up to bat for Rapids.
Simonson, a fly out to right. And when he started the 3rd inning. Glad you're joining us here on this Friday afternoon in Wisconsin Rapids. Non-conference baseball action here on Zaleski Sports, tied at 1. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, misses low, does Perzina.
And the first pitch to Simonson is low for ball number 1.
Each team scored a run in the first inning. It's been scoreless since. 5 hits today.
And Marcos gets the bunt, able to go. And Brzezina tosses it to first for out number 1, but Ellis advances to second in scoring position. And now back to the top of the batting order. Number 3, Brennan Huber.
Number 3, Brennan Huber.
A fly out, or a pop out to begin the game in the first. And a ground out to third in the third. Looking for a breakout hit here in the 5th inning. Runner at second and 1 out.
Ellis at second for Huber, and strike number 1 for Huber.
A ball's in a strike. Outside, just missed.
And just missed the box with that outside pitch for ball number 1. One's across the board, 1-1 count with 1 out.
You're on Zaleski Sports. Runner at second and 1 out for Wisconsin Rapids.
And that's going to be a power hit, and it's going to be fumbled at short. Huber will be safe, and so will Ellis from the error from the shortstop. Still 1 out, and a fresh count for number 8, Brett Simonson, up to bat. Ellis in favorable scoring position at third. And coach for Onalaska will have a discussion with his pitcher and the infield. And Coach Galetta for Rapids will have a talk with the runners and the batter, Brett Simonson.
Lincoln has got runners at the corners, 1 out for Brett Simonson. Simonson a double in the first on the left field line. Came in to score on Braden Lewis's RBI single. And then Simonson walked and was left stranded in the third when Ben Stewart made a sliding catch off the bat of Cannon Plummet.
And back from the break. Simonson looks at his first pitch. And it'll be high for ball number 1. Huber thought of advancing to second, but ends up returning back to first.
Would not be surprised if Brennan ready to take off. Brzezina's out of the windup. There he goes.
And Huber advances to second as Brzezina was in his windup, and he knew he made a mistake there as he smiles to his pitcher, or to his catcher, excuse me. Huber now at second, Ellis at third, Simonson with a 1-1 count, and hits that drilled towards right field, and the right fielder will catch it, and Huber will make it to third, and Ellis will make it home to put Rapids up by 1, 2-1. Rapids in the lead now. And up to bat now, the catcher, number 19, Cannon Plowman.
Walk from Caleb Ellis, and then the sacrifice bunt by Marco Simonson. Then Huber was able to reach on a fielder's choice. And
a huge play for Simonson.
was able to
RBIing Ellis home. Plowman with a 1-0 count to start.
Runner at third and 2 outs. Rapids leading 2-1. Just outside. Braden Lewis waiting on deck for Wisconsin Rapids.
Lewis on deck if needed. Plowman 2-0 count.
Balls, no strikes.
Still 2 outs.
3-0. Good
At
stop by Kuhn behind the plate.
3-0 now.
Haven't had many go past Kuhn today. 1 or 2. 81st pitch coming for Caden Perzina.
Perzina passes his 80th pitch with a strike. 3-1 count for Plowman. Plowman with a little bit of breathing room left.
Zaleski Sports Wisconsin Rapids, I should say, or West, or the Wisconsin page, depending on how this one finishes out. The 3-1.
And that's going to be hit fouled away, and Lewis will bobble that and pass it right back to the pitcher.
That runs full now to Cannon Plowman. Perzina, long look in, shakes 2 off, shakes 3 off, gets the 4th one, the 3-2. Hit right back down the
And
middle
that
off
is
the
going to be
glove of
hit
Perzina.
straight
Tough
towards
play
the
there,
pitcher.
across, and in time!
And the second baseman drills it towards first in time for the 3rd out, eliminating Huber's chance at coming home and adding one more run on to Rapid score. And that ends the 5th inning, and Rapids scores 1 run in from Simonson's RBI. And we will be back at the top of the 6th. And starting off for Onalaska in the 6th inning, number 32, Xavier Lawrence.
2, 3, and 4, 2 up here for Onalaska in the top of the 6th inning. Ethan Freeman out there for his 6th inning of work. First offering misses low for a ball. Xavier today.
Ball 1 from Freeman.
In his 2 at-bats. Single in the first. Came around to score on a Brennan Huber error.
Freeman's second is another ball. Ball 2.
Living with the pain, come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids.
And there's his first strike of the inning.
Coming back. 3-1.
And now a 3-1 count for Freeman. Freeman closing in on his 80th pitch of this game. And his 80th pitch will be a strike. Full count now. Lawrence was ready to walk.
Down to first. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And that'll be a walk for Lawrence. Full count, 4 balls, walk. And next up, number 6,
single and a flyout today.
Cade Kokeisel.
Pull-up socks, the baseball socks, the stirrup socks. Runner at first and nobody out. You're in the Onalaska 6th inning. Infield plays, or the corner infielder Josh Varsity plays.
And first pitch is a strike for Freeman.
Cade Kokeisel.
Lawrence at first for Kokeisel.
Over to first as Freeman bounces it over to Lewis.
Freeman a little late with the pass to Lewis to get that out.
There goes Lawrence.
And
Knuckled
Lawrence
over to short. Tough
steals to
play.
second,
Across
and Ellis throws it to
not in
Lewis,
time.
but not in time for the out.
Infield
And now
base hit for
Lawrence
Kokeisel.
and Kokeisel will be on base.
2 on now.
2 on for Onalaska with no outs, and a fresh count now for number 24, Caden Perzinza.
A jam job for a base hit for Caden Kokeisel. Runners at first and second, but nobody out. Lewis now in near the cutout at first. First one to Perzino. This is just high. Pitch number 85 here for Ethan Freeman coming up.
Freeman looks at his options, and for pitch 85 will be a strike.
First strike, he was it up at a ball and strike. One ball, one strike, nobody out. Fires home. Perfect pitch.
And Freeman with 2 strikes in a row now.
Sam Pico waits on deck. Ethan's able to work out of this jam and work out of this inning. 14 pitches remaining. Got him looking up. Oh man.
And
just missed.
just missed the strike box for ball number 2. 2-2 count for Perinza.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Popped
And
up.
that's going to be popped straight up for Cannon Plowman. Plowman looking, and he's going to catch it. Drops right under Plowman. Halting Lawrence at second. And Kokeisel still at first. And now the DH, number 11, Sam Pica, up to bat with 1 out and a fresh count. 2 runners on base, 1 in scoring position,
Down the fly out.
Lawrence. And that'll be followed straight back for strike 1.
The 0-1. that's
And
a wild
Freeman
pitch.
slips up and almost hits Pica with that pitch, advancing both runners to second and third. Unfortunate event for Freeman. A wild pitch, advancing 2 runners, both now in scoring position. 1 out, 1-1 count for Pica.
Two on, 1 out. Offering to Pica.
And a swing and a miss for Pica. 1-2 count now.
Right field. strikes. Ethan Freeman. Just inside.
And Freeman with a 2-2 count to Pika now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Coming back.
And that is going to be hit into right center field. And Huber will make the catch, chucking it to third. But a runner will advance. Lawrence will come home to tie up the game on a sac fly. 2 outs now.
Xavier Lawrence had a late jump on it over from third. But nonetheless, we're tied up here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning.
Now batting right fielder number 2, Ben Sturr.
Tie ball game in the 6th inning. And next up to bat, number 2, Ben Sturr, the right fielder. Freeman high for ball 1.
Ethan can work out of this 6th inning without without Rapids needing another pitcher. They got one warming up.
And that pitch will be hit straight back for strike 1.
Brady Kuhn retrieving that one after the foul ball.
Brian Olds warming up in the bullpen for Rapids. And wow, just missed the strike box for ball 2.
Freeman comes set, kicks and fires.
And another ball from Freeman. 3-1 count. The sun poking its head out from the clouds.
3 balls and a strike.
Cast some shadows on the quadplex field. And a swing and a miss. Full count, 2 outs.
Pitch number 99 coming from
Freeman has a chance to put this half away, which I'm sure he desires to. And with his 99 pitch, throws the 3rd strike for a strikeout. That would be out number 3 before 100 pitches thrown. And we are tied at 2 apiece, and we will head to the bottom of the 6th. And starting off, the Rapids Red Raiders, number 21, Braden Lewis. Rapids looking to score in this half to send Onalaska home potentially early.
Braden Lewis up to bat first, an RBI single in the first and a fly out in the fourth inning.
Starting off with a promising at bat
Carson Holter,
with
the new
Braden
pitcher
Lewis,
for
the future
Onalaska,
pioneer.
in the sixth inning. First offering
And Lewis
to
hits
Lewis, gonna
that
be
dead
wide
center,
Still
and it will
raging
be
over and making
caught
a-
for out one.
making
The
a
ball
good
made its
catch
appearance
to
deep,
Kirk
but not
Jones.
deep enough to go out of the park.
Now batting pitcher number 11, Ethan Freeman.
Ethan
And now
Freeman
batting
on
after Braden Lewis, Ethan Freeman, number 11. The pitcher who couldn't get to 100 pitches, just below 99. And that curve will get in there for strike one.
outside, able to hold up.
And a 1-1 count now for Freeman. And now a 1-2 count for Freeman.
Where that pitch was in the last half inning for him. The 1-2. Blowing in. 2-2.
And that's a little bit inside for ball two. 2-2 count.
2-2 to Ethan.
And that's going to be drilled to left, and that's going to be fair. Ethan Freeman rounding off first, running to second, and will halt at second. A double by Freeman. Huge play for Rapids.
And now Trevor Martin.
Trevor Martin up next to bat for Rapids.
16, Trevor Martin.
And Jackson Zeligowski will
And
come to the
Steligowski
line
will be coming in for a
for
pinch runner
Freeman.
for Ethan Freeman.
Holter fires. That was going to be hit over to
And
short.
Martin will hit it towards short.
Throw. He's
And a
gonna
high
save it
throw.
at first.
Martin will be safe at first. A high throw causes the first baseman to jump in the air and not landing down on the base or on Trevor Martin to take him out. Two runners on bases, one in scoring position. Martin at first, Steligowski at second, and now next up to bat, number 5, Jackson Liskowski, excuse me. Too busy thinking about Steligowski at second. And Liskowski, Steligowski, and that's going to be hit towards second. And Trevor Martin will slide to first, and he will be safe. Unfortunate hit for Liskowski, straight into the gloves of the shortstop.
Two away for Caleb Ellis.
Now batting for the Red Raiders, shortstop,
With 2
number
outs
2,
and
Caleb
2
Ellis.
players on base, Caleb Ellis, number 2, the shortstop. Coach Galetta having a talk over with the home plate umpire.
Runner for Trevor Martin.
And Garrett Jones, number 10, coming in to pinch run for Trevor Martin.
He's almost picked off over there.
2 of the fastest guys on the team on base for Rapids. And Ellis at bat with a fresh count.
Runners at first and second and 2 outs. First offer to Caleb Ellis missed outside for
That will be missed to the left for ball 1.
couple of courtesy runners out for Lincoln.
And the 10th pitch. And the second pitch to Ellis will be a strike.
2 on, 2 out. Carson Holter on the mound. The 1-2 to Caleb Ellis. Checked his swing and a good block back there by Kuhn. It's 2-1.
2-1 count now for Ellis.
Two balls and a strike to Caleb Ellis.
And Ellis hits that on the opposite side of the fence in foul territory. 2-2 count, 2 outs for Ellis.
Deuces are wild here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Let's see what special concoction
2-2 ball game.
Ellis can cook up for us here.
Karsten Holter sets and fires. And missed outside.
And that will be missed outside for a full count to Ellis.
Runners will have a head start here.
This at-bat has the audience and the viewers, and especially us,
Base
tense.
Score Wilgowski from second for sure. There go the runners, 3-2, and missed high for a ball.
And bases loaded with a walk. Ellis walks to first. And who better to bat with bases loaded than number 27, Marco Simonson. And Onalaska will have a little talk over with the pitcher and the infield with their head coach. Bases loaded for Rapids. Stelagowski at third, Jones at second, and Ellis at first.
For Onalaska. So I'll step aside. We'll get it all figured out for you. Come back with the new pitcher, Griffin Schultz.
Griffin Schultz pitching for Onalaska now. Pitching change. And back from the short break, and back from warming the new pitcher up for Onalaska. Marco Simonson at bat with a fresh count and 2 outs.
Pitcher for Onalaska, bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, tied at 2. First offering
And
bounces in there.
the first pitch bounces off the ground for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes. Kicks, fires home. Outside.
And outside again for 2 balls. 2-0 count.
We'll be battling the elements in Hillsville today.
Marcos with a little bit of breathing room to bat.
Shelley run rolled Fort Edwards as well, I believe. The 2-0.
And now 3-0.
Brendan Huber waits on deck. Bases
Huber
are
on
loaded.
deck if needed.
With 2 outs.
Simonson with a 3-0 count.
Driving a run the easy way.
3 straight balls to Simonson.
Gets one that he likes, the 3-0.
And that one will be high for ball 4. Stelagowski will be walked home. And bases loaded again with Huber now at bat, the power hitter of the team. And with that walk in, That increases Rapids' lead up by 1. 3-2 now. Rapids leads on Alaska.
Good for Brennan.
Huber with a fresh count and 2 outs with bases loaded, and the first is a strike.
0-1. We're singing here in Wisconsin. Beautiful sound. Yo, 1. Be hit.
And that will be hit, fouled away.
0-2.
0-2 count for Brennan now.
7, 8, 9 in their half of the
2 straight
7th.
strikes.
Bases still loaded here. No balls and 2 strikes to Brennan Huber.
Bases loaded.
They started with
I'm still
a
looking for a grand
fly
slam,
center and a double.
and this is going to be
Yo,
the
2.
highest possibility here.
Hit to
And that's
left.
going to be
That's
hit,
gonna get down. There's
and
a
it's going
second
to
over.
be hit down
It's gonna
into
score
left
as
field.
well. That's
Marco
Caleb Ellis.
Simonson and
2 RBI single for
Brennan Huber makes it home safely Brennan Huber makes it to first safely. Caleb Ellis comes home for Wisconsin Rapids,
Ellis
and Marco Simonson at second.
And Rapids leads 5-2.
And Garrett Jones and Caleb Ellis scoring for Rapids, increasing the lead to 3 now. Brett Simonson, number 8, up to bat for Rapids with 2 runners on base.
Simonson has a double.
Huber at first and Simonson at second.
Fly and first offering misses for a ball.
The 2 brothers on the field at the exact same time, 1 on base, 1 at bat.
Schultz looks in and fires home.
And another ball from Schultz. What a change in events and luck for Rapids in this inning,
6 innings.
with 2 outs, increasing the lead to 3,
Hits.
running in 3 players, walking in 1, walking in Jordan Stelagowski, and running in Garrett Jones and Caleb Ellis.
For tuning in.
3-0 count to Brett Simonson.
Wisconsin Rapids and Onalaska. Rapids putting a 3 spot up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Take a 5-2 lead.
And a 3-1 count now for Simonson. A lot of breathing room.
Runners at first and second and 2 outs. The 3-1.
And Simonson
Second.
chucks it over to second, and it'll be high,
He's gonna be safe
and
at
he's
first.
going to be safe. Simonson will be safe
Bang, bang play, but,
from that high throw from second to first.
down, but just a tad left.
Simonson makes it in time to first base. Bases loaded yet again for Rapids.
Ballman at the plate, the 9th hitter of the inning.
What an amazing inning for Rapids here. A quick change of events.
Bases juiced with 2 outs again. Out of the windup comes Griffin Schultz. Gets inside. Cannon again, the 9th hitter of the inning for Wisconsin.
Cannon Plowman up for Rapids
Braden Lewis awaits on deck.
with that pitch almost hitting his knees there with ball 1.
1-0.
And that'll hit Plowman walking in Simonson.
Talked about Marco Simonson getting an RBI the easy way.
Bases loaded yet again with Braden Lewis
The hard way.
coming up to bat for Rapids.
That was 6-2.
And another meeting with the infield and pitcher for Onalaska.
Conversation with
But this time it'll just be the coach and the pitcher.
Schultz.
And there will be a
Back to the dugout is going to be Carson Holter. And
pitching
another
change.
here for
Yep, there will be another pitching change.
the new pitcher will be Charlie Newman.
Charlie Newman pitching for Onalaska now.
So again, Hilltoppers unable to
6-2,
get out of the 6th inning so
Rapids
far.
in favor
No
and
runs
leading
across.
by 4.
And they'll take a quick
5
come back
hits
to the
from
pitching
Rapids,
change.
2 errors, 2 hits for Onalaska, 2 runs and 2 hits for Onalaska, 3 errors for Onalaska, and just quite an amazing inning for Rapids here. Change of events and change of luck as they flip things around. And with all odds against them, with 2 outs, they managed to run in 4 runs, walk in 1, and walk in 2 actually. And back from the pitching change, Braden Lewis up to bat with a fresh count and 2 outs still, bases loaded. Braden Lewis, give me a grand slam, please, and thank you. And the first pitch is a strike. And outside for 1-1 count now to Lewis. Birds chirping outside. Always a good sign. And that's going to be high for a 2-1 count now with that ball. Huber on third. Plowman on first. And Simonson on second for Lewis. And that'll be high for a 3-1 count now. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Onalaska just can't seem to find the right rhythm here in pitching, as Newman gets a second strike on Lewis. Onalaska unlucky with their pitches in this inning. Running in 2 Rapids players, walking in 2. Full count to Lewis, and it's popped up into left field. And it'll come down, and the left fielder will make the catch, ending the 6th inning. And Rapids will head into the 7th inning pitching to Onalaska. Score is 6-2. Rapids leads. A pitching change for Rapids. Simonson replaces Freeman. And starting Onalaska off in the top of the 7th is the top of the, not the top of the batting order. Number 9, Brady Kuhn, the catcher.
base runners he had were in the first and the sixth.
Leading off for the Hilltoppers, the catcher, number 9, Brady Boone.
Not 4 hits, I guess. No. 2 in the first, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth.
2 hours and 13 minutes later, the top of the 7th in this ball game. The score is 6-2 Rapids. Rapids with 4 runs in the 6th inning, and Onalaska with 1 run in the 6th inning. Rapids with 1 run in the 5th, and both teams with 1 run in the 1st. And an 0-2 count now for Kuhn.
Ethan, a couple of base hits today, handful of strikeouts. A much needed.
Yeah, that one will bounce off the ground for ball 1.
For Wisconsin Rapids after using 3 last night. A couple of days off, get ready for their game at Everest on Tuesday.
And a swing and a miss for a strikeout for Simonson. 1, 2, 3, and 1 out. 1 out and 2 more to go for Rapids to end this ball game. Next up to bat, number 99, Bennett Jankowski. And that pitch is missed to the right for ball 1. And another swing and a miss from Simonson. 1's all across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 in a row.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 away here in the Onalaska 7th.
1-2 count. And make it a 2-2 count now with that ball.
Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2.
And the 2-2 turns into a Ellis throws it, but not in time. Wow. An amazing diving effort by Caleb Ellis to throw it to first. Not in time, but wow, an amazing play nonetheless. 1 out and 1 runner on base for number 14.
What a play by Caleb Ellis at short.
And a fresh count now.
It was an unbelievable play. Unbelievable story if that would have been a
And a strike number 1.
Carter Gilhausen, the new hitter for Onalaska. Gilhausen came in the last pitching change.
And another swing and a miss from Simonson, which is a continuing trend. Two strikes, 1 out.
The 0-2.
And now a 1-2 count, 1 out.
The sun that was here is gone now. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And another swing and a miss for a strikeout yet again for Simonson, his second in this inning. 2 outs. And now batting number 13, Jack Tracy for Onalaska. Let's see if Simonson can put this one away.
First and 2 outs.
And he's starting off with 1. 2 more to put this away for Simonson.
Rapids looking for their 15th win of the year and match their total from a year ago.
And that's going to be hit straight up to second, and Lewis will be right under that hit. And that'll conclude this ball game. Wisconsin Rapids wins. The ending score 6-2. Rapids winning. And yeah, that just concludes this ball game. And Rapids ends their 15th win of the year, still undefeated at home. an amazing feat for the Rapids boys. Thank you all for watching on Rapids TV. I appreciate you tuning in on your Friday afternoon, and you guys have a great rest of your night. Braden Lauersdorf, out.